Hey, good evening, guys. It's Goose here. Thursday night, setting up the watch list for Friday, September 14th. Ready for a great day ahead, man. Today was a busy day. Had a lot of fun in the room today. Um, Very active, some great alerts. Good job to everybody, and ready to get back at it tomorrow. Please read the disclaimer in the room. Hopefully, you guys have checked us up over at stocktraders.net. Please come check us out. We have a free day trial if you guys haven't checked that out yet. Also, our free trading floor. Feel free to reach out to any of us with any questions. Listen, guys, all I'm doing for you guys is I'm just putting together a watch list every night, things that I'm looking at. I'm not going over the same names every day. So there's going to be names that obviously I'm going to be watching, but I'm trying to come up with some different things, maybe based on earnings after the close or something else that I could comment on. But please look at the disclaimer. This is not a recommendation. It's just from my research that I'm doing and I'm sharing with you. Not telling you what to do with your, you guys trade your own plans is what I'm saying. Read the disclaimer. No type of solicitation. It's just for informational purposes only. So with the disclaimer out of the way, let me jump right into it. Today's going to be a short one, and I'll tell you why. I'm just going to start right off before I get into GNC, which I want to talk about, is tomorrow's going to be a funny day because I think we have some really good traders on the watch for tomorrow. We have PDD, we have NIO, CGC, TLRY. There's some really solid names. AMD. These are all names that I absolutely will be trading tomorrow. And saying that, I'm not going to cover them every single day in my watch list. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, obviously everybody's looking at TLRY and watching the action, and hopefully you guys are staying safe. But I'm not going to cover them in my watch list. I'm trying to bring you new ideas. But just because I'm not including those, don't think I'm not looking at them and don't think I'm not trading them. I will talk about them in the room. I'll talk about them pre-market at 8:30 or so, and I'll talk about them as we get ready to rock and roll at the open. So I'm going to jump right into this and try to keep this one short because I only have 4 names I'm going to go over with you guys tonight because I think I'm just going to be really busy with some other stuff tomorrow. But I'm going to talk right about GNC. So GNC had a nice little push today. And as you can see with GNC, what I'm looking at is it pushed right into that 200-day. Now I'm hoping tomorrow it has one day 2 and gets a little extra. And the reason I'm thinking it might have a day 2 and the reason I put it on my watch is it held VWAP all day. I really thought it was going to break. I was watching to see if it was going to be a short today, and it really wasn't. And I'm not sure even if there was enough range on it between the monthly pivot and the open and the VWAP. It just really didn't set up. So I'm hoping for a little more extension into $4. You could see right in here on the daily, this $4 area, this little consolidation. If it pushes anywhere in there, I'm going to look for a starter on and I'll probably get heavy as it stuffs into that area. So GNC, I think there'll be a trade in it tomorrow. I'll probably take some off into that 350 area if I get lucky enough and short it up into 390 or 4. I'll look for a quick 50 cents and I'll let the rest ride down towards $3. That's my plan. But GNC, I'm hoping sets up for me decent tomorrow. I'm going to jump into Wage. And here we go with Waje. So there's a couple trades that I'm looking at. First of all, first what I'm looking to do is you can see this kind of pull back in here. Sorry, down in this area, and I drew a little. Let me pull this back a little. You kind of see this little support that it had last time that it kind of came in off this big drop and kind of faded and it held in this 40 area. Let's call it an area. I drew a little line, even though it's really. The $40 number was today's low. So I like trading off the figure. It happened to be today's low. I'm going to trade off that number again, possibly look for a long, and I do think it might hold it. And if it does, I'm hoping for a little pop. And there's a couple things I want to watch with Waje. First of all, the obvious level for me is going to be right back into this 45.50 area. You can see this prior resistance area when it was pushing last time, and kind of even after this push off this 40, it kind of stopped at 45. So if it does get up there today off this huge drop, I'm hoping it gives a little back. It happens to line right back up between a 50 and a 60% retrace. So that's kind of what I'm looking at here. Is this 45.50 area for a potential fade. So I do like that area. It's a 60% bounce off that area. So I'm looking at the long off 40, or if it wants to get ahead of itself and start pushing back up after before the open and starts moving pre-market, I'll look for a fade. First spot's going to be 43.5. Next spot, you can see on the fibs, 43.5, 44.5, and 45.5. But 45.5 is going to be my money area that I'm going to look at getting a little bit more involved with. So we'll see what the morning brings us on WAGE. But I do like that for a potential fade. Let me just jump right into Kroger here, KR. So a couple thoughts I have on Kroger again. A couple different setups. You can see it's come down here at the in this area. So what I'm looking at is you could kind of again see this little support area in here. The low of the day was I think 28.40 if I have it right. Yep, 28.30. So that's the area I'm going to trade off of and use as a guide. So that's going to be my first area as far as the support goes, and see if I want to trade along. I do want to look at it long here, and because I think it might push if it holds. I think it's going to push up towards that $30 number. I'll touch base on that in 1 second. But if it does wash through there, and sometimes we get these great imbalances and a second day wash, I'm going to love it right over here at the 200 day in this 27 area, which is a monthly pivot as well. So I will not be, I'll be all over it if it gets into that area and look for a turn and a long into off the 27. My first level is going to be here. Next thing is if it does happen to push up into this 30 area, there's a couple thoughts on that. Is first of all, you got the whole number, you have the 50-day, and you got about a 50% bounce area from today's drop, Thursday drop, I should say. So I do like that. Kroger's going to be in place. A little bit tighter name, but I think that it will be a good trade for me, and I like the volume, and I think it should set up pretty decent for a nice trade tomorrow. So that's KR. Lastly, going to touch on Adobe. Also came out with some numbers. So I'm going to be real quick with Adobe, and this is real simple, and I'm just going to talk about the post. I looked at the numbers on this thing, and the only thing that I kind of pushed up into numbers, and it's been trending and trending, and numbers came out, and the actual numbers look good, guidance looked good. I'm thinking and hoping that you get a little coverage in the morning to help shove this thing a little bit. And I would love for it to start off real low in that 263 area. I'm not sure it's going to come back down into 261, but I'm hoping it kind of stays down here. So it's a hit or miss idea and thought on this. I know that who knows, tomorrow it could be gapped up and up $3 on the day, and my whole idea is shop. But I'm hoping it stays down here, kind of holds in this 263 area, and I could pick up a long down here. It did get a little bit lower. I'm not sure that was a fluky thing or not, but anywhere 263, 264, I'm going to look for a long on this thing, and the numbers are pretty good for me, and I'm looking for a pretty decent push. I wouldn't be surprised for a red to green, so I'm not going to get crazy with this. You could also see the 20 days 260.29. So let's watch the action on that. I did write down that if it does make a crazy push back up into 274, I'll entertain a fade. But listen, I would not be surprised on anything in this name. You could actually see right when the earnings came out, it did pop up into that 273, 274 area. So you never know. But right now I'm looking at this name as a complete long. We'll see what happens. But anywhere 263-ish is where I'm going to look for a long, a nice turn, a little soak action. And I'm going to jump on a long on Adobe. That's ADBE. Look, guys, I hope these have been helpful to you. Please continue to hit the like buttons and spread the word if you like what we're doing over here. Come check us out at stocktraders.net. This actually was a little bit shorter, has a couple less names. Maybe that helps out. But hope you guys have a great weekend if I don't talk to you. Hopefully you guys are liking what we're doing. Come check us out over there. And please, if you have any questions, ask away, guys. That's what we're here for. So any of our mods or any of us will be able to help you out on any of these thoughts. And obviously I'm there as well. So thank you very much and have a great night. Thanks.